Hi everyone, it's John from What Up. Welcome back to another video. Now, I want to preface this video by saying that all of this is wild speculation on my part due to some circumstantial evidence and theories I have. I have no way, shape, or form insider information or behind-the-scenes information on this. It's just so much circumstantial evidence and things that kind of lined up just perfectly that I kind of had to do a video speculating on this. Now, what's the video about? Well, we're speculating on who is going to play Elayne Trakand. Now, she is the second most important Trakand behind, of course, Gawain. I know some of you are looking in shock, but I really like Gawain. I can't help it. Alright, so before we get into the video, I want to let you guys know, spoiler warning, in this video I will be discussing certain scenes that happen in the Eye of the World and in The Great Hunt. And those scenes do include Elayne Trakand. So if you haven't already read The Eye of the World and The Great Hunt, be forewarned, I might spoil a couple of scenes in those two books, just talking about where the character might fit in the first season. Alright, let's get on to the video. Alright, so who is Elayne Trakand? Elayne Trakand is the daughter heir of Andor, so she will one day become Queen of Andor, and she factors only very briefly into the first book. So we do see her in the chapter where Rand is in Camelin and he wants to get a better look at the false dragon Logain. So he basically climbs a wall that he has no idea what the wall is, gets to the top, and then falls backwards. When he lands in the palace garden, so he actually lands in the royal palace of Andor's garden. Elayne finds him, treats the wounds he has on his hands, and after that he gets to meet Gawain and Galad, her two brothers. Now, that leads into a scene where he also gets to meet Morgase, the Queen of Andor, Elaida, the Red Aes Sedai, and a few other things. And then at the end of that chapter, we don't see Elayne again until The Great Hunt. And now, in The Great Hunt, we do meet her as an initiate to the Tower. She goes there to become a novice, to learn to become an Aes Sedai, and then basically she becomes kind of one of the main characters at that point. So we read about her point of view in various chapters throughout the rest of the book series, and she's one of the titular characters. So, she's pretty important. Now, there's been a lot of people speculating that we won't see Elayne at all in Season 1 because of the following reason. And the reason is you only see her very, very briefly, and then again not at all until at least The Great Hunt, when she becomes more of an important, centerpiece to the books. So, people have speculated that they'll cut that out completely and we'll just meet her in the Tower. I don't think that's the case, because we have a lot of different characters that make small cameos in the first book that we see again later on, a couple of times here and there, also small cameos. Elayne is not one of those characters. She has a very small cameo, and then she comes back in a big way as a main character. So I think they will introduce her in the first season, and then we will see her again after that, basically for the rest of the show. So who do I think is going to play Elayne? Well, Kate Franz. Now, she is a young actress, and she really only has one credit to her name, and that's The Blacklist. Now, I would never have really picked her because she doesn't have much experience. She's kind of an unknown, although she does look the part. And I've said it before in some of my videos that looking the part is not as important to me as being a good actor or an actress and fitting for the role. Based on what she did in The Blacklist, it's hard to tell if she would fit the role well or not. But if she is going to play Elayne, I'm assuming the screen tests went well and she had good chemistry with everyone on set, especially Yosha, who plays Rand. So, why do I think that she's going to play Elayne? Well, mainly because this is what started everything. So, Taylor Napier posted that he was quite happy to join Rosamund Pike, Daniel Henney, and the rest of the talented cast in The Wheel of Time when he was playing one of the warders. And lo and behold, Kate Franz did comment on it, saying that she'll be on set in January. So, I want to temper some expectations here at the very first. Kate's boyfriend knows Rafe and knows Taylor from being on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he is also filming a show in Europe called Wallander. So, it is entirely possible that she was going to visit them briefly and then go off to, with her boyfriend while he's filming. That is entirely possible until you look at the rest of the evidence. So we have this picture here. This was taken January 24th. Now, this is speculated to be Wayne Yip's going away party. And Wayne Yip, as we all know, is the director of episodes 3 and 4. Now, he was finished up his time, and they had a big party for him with the cast and the crew, and then he went home. Claire Perkins posted this, and she wrote, as a caption, "A Wheel of Time and Wallander mashup." So, we know that Kate's not on Wallander. Her boyfriend is, though, and he was there that night. So it's possible that they were visiting. It's possible they're visiting Rafe and they happened to go there for the party. Until you look at the other time frames. So then we have the 19th of January. Her boyfriend posted this: "Waking up with Kate Franz on her way to Prague. Not going to work in Europe, not going to work on Wallander, not going to visit my friend Rafe, not going on vacation, going with Kate Franz to Prague. The way that's written implies that she's going there and he's tagging along. That's what I get out of that. Then we have this. She posted this picture on January 30th. This is in Morocco. So, basically the timeline we have is this. She left the States January 19th. She was there for Wayne Yip's supposed going away party on the 24th. And she was gone by the 29th, off to do other things. Now, why is the 29th of January an important date? Well, it's been speculated that that's the end of a block, because you have Peter Franzen going home, you have Alvaro Morte arriving back in Prague to film scenes, you have Madeline Madden and Marcus Rutherford both posting that they're happy to be back on set, and it's the first day back on set on their Instagrams. So it's kind of like a changing of the guard. So we see that a lot of people are leaving and a lot of people are coming. And at the end of a block, that's, historically what would happen. So it's quite possible she was there for the tail end of the block where Wayne Yip directed those episodes. Now, why is this important? She'd only been there a few days. How could she possibly fit her time in and stuff? That goes all the way back to the first thing I said. Elayne's role in The Eye of the World is very small. She's just there very briefly. And it would be kind of a blow to the fans if we don't get to see her in the first season. I'm not saying it's not possible they won't cut her out and have, maybe be introduced in the Tower and the Great Hunt for season 2. It's possible that, they may change any number of things. Rafe has said that changes are on the table. Brandon Sanderson has said he's read scripts and changes are on the table. But I think that the fans really do want to see Elayne because she is one of the fan favorites. A lot of people really enjoy reading her in the series. So I think they will introduce her in the first season. I think they will introduce the royal family. I think we'll see Galad. I think we'll see Gawain. I think we'll see Morghese and Elida. I think we'll also see, Kate Franz playing Elayne, just because it all matches up just a little too perfectly for me anyway. All this circumstantial evidence all combined kind of puts it at, she's there. She's an actress. She's about the right age. She really, other than the ties from her boyfriend to Rafe Judkins and Taylor, I can't think of another reason for her to go there, unless she would know them as well through her boyfriend, so maybe she's gone to visit. But she said she was going to be on set. To me, being on set implies that she's working. So that's my thoughts on the matter. I honestly think, if I had to put money on it, that we're going to see a reveal for Elayne sooner rather than later, and I think it will be Kate Franz. I think we'll see that, and I think it won't be too big of a shock to a lot of the fandom, because there's a lot of people right now that think she's either playing Elayne or Avienda. And my money's not on Avienda, because we don't see her until much later on in the book series, and I can't see them introducing her that early. Now, Rafe has said we're going to see a surprise Aiel in the first book. First season. I don't think it's Avienda. I don't think we'll see her that early. That's too big of a change. And they'd have to fill in and write a bunch of stuff for her to be there. They'd have to write a bunch of stuff for any Aiel, really, to be there if they're only doing The Eye of the World and parts of The Great Hunt, because we don't really get introduced to them in a big way till much later on. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. So, is Kate Franz going to be Elayne? Do you think she's going to play Avienda? Do you think that she was just visiting friends on set? She's friends with Rafe? Her boyfriend was there visiting people? Is that possible? We don't really know. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you like the video, click that like button. Keeps the YouTube metrics happy. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. We are growing by leaps and bounds every day. I've already gotten bigger than I ever would have dreamed of, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger day by day. So thank you guys all so very much for that. I do appreciate it. I would not do any of this at all without you guys, the viewers. So thank you so much for that, and here's to many more.